Hey everyone, welcome to Dave's Bonsai. On today's episode, we are at Tonkadale Greenhouse. So this is an exciting time of year because we are so close to spring. So I'm at Tonkadale because today is the first seminar/workshop of the season. Look at all these pots lined up. They are ready for a big project, making some great stuff at the nursery. So I'm out at Tonkadale Nursery and they invited me out to do a seminar on the basics, the introduction, if you will, of bonsai. So we had about 90 signed up. I think we had 60 here, and I've got some pictures from my buddy Steve while we were here. Before they started the event, it was really nice that they ordered some pre-bonsai. Let's take a look at those. So we have some willow leaf ficus here. We also have some brush cherries back in the corner there, or back in the middle right there, brush cherries. Of course, some starter junipers. We've got some golden cypress here. I believe it's a golden cypress. This is one of their display trees. Yeah, let's brighten it up a little bit. Yeah, nice little juniper there. They have a money tree here, look at that. Recent chop, everybody, and so now it's got those little trees. Talk about a miniature palm tree. Looks pretty cool. Here's the Melina, also known as the parrot's beak. Some good ones. We got the Cheflera there. I got some more starters over here. So fun to get a couple of ficus trees. Willow leaf ficus is one of my favorite new trees. That's fantastic. And the brush cherry. Look at that little brush cherry. It's already in a pot. Put that in a bonsai pot in a year or so and it'll be in fantastic shape. They got a couple other ficus up here as well and some great trees. So super exciting when you come to a nursery and they have all kinds of bonsai material. It's oftentimes pre-bonsai, but we can let them grow in a pot for a while. We can throw them right in a bonsai pot like I do, and we're gonna have a great time. This was a great workshop that we had, a seminar. We spent about an hour and a half of chit chat, and then we had people hanging around afterwards for some questions and answers. Nothing better than going to the nursery and finding some new material. So of course I have my Portulacaria afras, the mini jades. You can also do it with a normal jade, and right here, this is called a ripple jade. Look at those leaves, a whole new leaf structure on that one, but beautiful. Look, it's a multi-trunk. If I took that home right now and put it into a bonsai pot, that would be fantastic. Yeah, but my wife might say no. And then there's the Gullum Jades. A lot of people making more of this Gullum Jade bonsai too, so that's fantastic. They have such a great selection here to choose from. And look at that multi-trunk, fantastic. Now, if you've watched my channel enough that you know that the Shumblagera is one of my favorite trees right now. I had over 50 blooms on my holiday cactus. Now, it's not the holiday time of year, but it's always great to see all these species for you to choose from for a tree. So this time of year, February, it's so great to be in a place that feels like spring because inside here in the greenhouse, it's fantastic. So Tonkadale has a great selection of so many plants right now, and spring is just around the corner, so it's just gonna get even bigger and bigger with the selection. But let's check out their bonsai trees because I know they have a few here. So all kinds, we've got a ginkgo biloba back there. We've got a couple of junipers hanging up there. Oh, and what's this guy right here? Look at the fine leaves on that one. Oh, it's a Bahama's cherry. That is a fantastic little tree. And they have such fine leaves, the Bahama cherry. That is fantastic. We got a snow rose right here. Look at that snow rose. It has the trunk of a boxwood tree. Kind of looks boxwoody to me, that trunk right there. So nice textured bark right from the beginning. So some great trees here. Oh, this is fun. We got a couple of Fukian teas right here. A couple of them have flowered real recently. Yeah, Fukian teas. We got some really tiny Chefleras. You can make those into a bonsai. Oh, ficus trees. We got a couple of ficus in here. There's some nice starter junipers. The Ficus benjaminus here. These are probably the two little leaf ficus. Very nice. And then some bigger even varieties, right? We got a juniper with a little more movement already, all ready to be put into a bonsai pot. So fantastic. So if you're looking for a tree, come to Tonkadale because this is fabulous selection. They've got small, they've got medium, a couple large ones. They've got some pots over back there where we were before, and so they are ready to have your bonsai journey start. I hope to see you out at Tonkadale. How about this propagation? Propagation Central. When you're at a nursery and you see all of these dozens and dozens of little pots ready to be plants that can go into your house. Fantastic. How fantastic is this? A frosty fern, if you will. It's called a frosty. What is that guy? Yeah, the Selaginella crociana. Frosty. Looks like a fern to me. It reminds me of a fern. How about some accent plants? That's one thing I haven't gotten into yet, is the accent plant part of bonsai. But boy, you come to a nursery like this when there's so much to choose from. Fabulous. So remember, when you're at a nursery store, you see a big old chef flare like this, a variegated one, you want to look at the trunk, right? We've got a massive multi-trunk tree here, and this one right here could be put in a bonsai pot and be a bonsai almost instantly, right? Although there's no such thing as an instant bonsai, we all know that. But make sure you look at the trunk, pull the leaves back, get down in there and see what that trunk is looking like. One of the most important things for our bonsai trees is to find a good trunk, because that takes so long to grow. So if you got a tree like that, it could be turned into a tree, and a good tree right away with a big trunk. So peek around a little bit. Don't hurt the plants, of course, but peek around and see what you got. I think one of the cool things about these little trees right here, these are great bonsai starters. Now, a bonsai like this is probably going to take 50 years to become a big, huge trophy bonsai. But if you want to have a cool project at home, especially in the winter time or right close to spring now, end of February, March, get some of these trees, regardless of the species, get into a pot with very little work and make a forest out of them. You don't even have to trim the roots that much. You can just get them into a bonsai pot in a forest selection, and you could have a fun forest in no time. If you're lucky enough to have a plant room like I do, you could do these ficuses right now if you want to, and put them in a pot and get them in some bonsai soil and take good care of them before you put them out in the spring. So there's so many options. Here's some little sedum for an accent plant for our bonsai. They're so tiny. Look at that, that's fabulous. I probably should stop roaming around here. People are starting to think it's a little crazy with this film guy here, but boy, I'd go turn down the next aisle and see some more great trees. So as we walk down this aisle, we've got the lemon cypress. How fun is that? Such a neat color. It's nice to have variations, and these are some really cool shapes right now. And of course, you can turn them into anything you see fit. It doesn't have to be a little lollipop. I've been walking around the greenhouse, looking at trees, pre-bonsai trees, just some great plants, accent plants, everything for the bonsai world that we need. And everything you need is right here. So come on by if you're in the neighborhood. Tonkadale, it's on the west side of the metro, and you'll be in good shape getting started on your bonsai journey. So until you start that bonsai journey or get that next tree, take care of you, take care of your bonsai, and we'll catch you on the next one. Okay, truth be told, it's not time to say goodbye quite yet. So today at the workshop, after I was done, we had questions and answers, and one of the workers at the nursery came to me and asked me about a Gullam jade and what they could repot it in and what our thoughts were on getting this thing healthy, because it didn't look so good and it was from a client. I just happened to have some soil in my car because I'm going to a workshop in just a little bit to work on 5 ficus trees at a family's house. So I have plenty of soil. So I said, hey, I'll give you a gallon of soil if I could try a new tree species that I saw you had here at the store. So what's the species going to be? Let's check it out. We have the Bahama cherry with those really super small leaves. It almost reminds me of a sarissa type tree. It has the trunk again of kind of like my boxwoods. So really textured trunk from an early age, but it's got that kind of sarissa look as well. And you can see all the new growth on these with the nice light green. So I'm gonna pick one of these out. And if I'm not mistaken, there are also some flowers that are budding right here. So what a fun tree. So let's find the one we're gonna like here. I kind of like how that one leans up to the left and has a nice trunk up top. This one has a little bit of a gnarly trunk right there. Look at that. So if someone wants that really crooked look right off the bat, look at that. And it's got the widest trunk. Maybe that would be kind of fun, but almost a little too gnarly for me right off the get-go. And there's one back here. Oh, it just came right out of the pot there. We have 4 Bahama berries right here, left to right. And I'm looking for a tree. Gosh knows I don't need another tree. But for doing some of the work today and providing that soil for them, I said, hey, let's swap for a tree, and here we are. I think this zigzag is a little too much for me right here. It's just got a really kind of a thick, chunky, gnarly section here that looks, I probably could fix that in time. This one just doesn't look as healthy, and it's all to one side. I just like the look of this tree already. I just like the way it kind of leans the one way just slightly, has a decent top, and down there in the bari, I think there's a good 360-degree root pattern already. So I think we're gonna go with that one. I've made my choice. Let's go. That was a lot of fun, and I get to bring home another tree. All right, it's off to the workshop. We'll see you next time. Take care of you. Take care of bonsai. We'll catch you next time. This time I mean it.